What's good? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Matthew Shack live here in Los Angeles on a Saturday afternoon. Salud. Welcome to Matthew Shack Unfiltered. First things first, salute to the Unfiltered Nation. Salute to the Unfiltered Fam. Salute to the Mod Squad. Salute to the goons in the chat. Run the likes up. Keep the likes at 50% of the audience. Last but not least, tip your bartender. I just want to come in and say yesterday, man, it was great talking to you guys yesterday, man. Talking some Raider football and talking about the Tom Telesco absolute, you know, the absolute espionage that he pulled on our team, and me going in and having an opportunity to, you know, slap those people who thought that they had me where they wanted me and I had them where I wanted them. Okay, right there at that, right there, oiled up. Okay, waiting for somebody to come in and take care of that. All right, but since we talked about Tom Telesco yesterday, man, I just wanted to do a follow up about Coach AP. Coach AP, man. Salute to Coach AP, man. We still got the AP shirts. We still got the Ask Tom Telesco shirts. And I know nobody's going to report on it. So I'm going to do it because that's what we do. You know, we stick with real Raiders, bro. Real Raiders are going to get support, bro, whether they with us or not. Okay, we're going to always support a real Raider. Like all these other people, man, we don't care what they do. All right, we only care about what we do. All right. So I definitely wanted to make it clear that Coach AP has been keeping a very low profile, man. And one of the things that he was being lambasted for when he got fired was the fact that he was, getting sued by two auto manufacturers for about 22 or 23 million dollars. Okay, and at the time that was going on during the season, Raiders was a very tight knit group, and I just wanted to pleasantly report that case has been settled. Those cases have been settled. That was involving him and his wife, and I wanted to give the details on it because it had some financial details in it in regards to his salary. I know that we over here, the Unfiltered Nation, okay, like I said, man, make sure you picking up all the merch. We still got our stuff up. We were trying to figure out what his salary was. How much was AP getting paid for the 2 years year and a half. Let's just keep it a buck. Half a season that he was the interim and a full season. We never knew what his contract was. So, in the settlement agreement in bankruptcy court, the numbers came out, man. So we're going to get an estimated idea how much he was getting paid for the Raiders. All right. So let me just get to it, man. Let's get to it so we can get through it. Former Raider Coach Antonio Pierce and his wife's bankruptcy case was dismissed last month after mediation with two automotive companies led to settlements. Pierce and his wife, Jocelyn Pierce. And if you ain't seen Jocelyn Pierce, she's an absolute knockout. She is a notch. Okay. So AP's doing very well for himself. Okay. All right. Will pay a total of $7.2 million to their creditors. Hyundai Capital America Nissan Motors Acceptance Company, according to records filed with U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Arizona. Okay. The case was dismissed April 29th and closed May 30th. So for a lot of you guys, he's no longer in bankruptcy court. Is over. They settled the debt. He is no longer in debt. So for all these people that was running around trying to use that as a way to slander him, he paid his debt. Okay, his debts, he don't have any debts with it. Okay, it's been settled. That's why I'm here. And we're going to always try to clear AP's name because we all know, especially if you didn't see yesterday's live, Tom Telesco absolutely railroaded and straight imploded everybody that had to do with this franchise, from the fans all the way to the coaching staff, all the way to ownership. Okay. So let me continue. All right. Jocelyn Pierce filed for bankruptcy last summer to protect her assets and those of the marital community. So basically what happened was, according to this, his wife was the one that had the loans. But when you're married, you got to have joint, they can come at you too. Okay. So that's pretty much what happened to AP. His wife got caught in the matrix, and with some business deals that did not pan out, and due to the fact that he's married. That's what happened, man. He got called in there too. And you know what? He did what I would have did. I'm a married man. I'm staying by mine. Okay, it is what it is. All right. I'm not gonna let mine just hang out there. You're not my baby mama. Okay, you're my wife. So that's pretty much what happened. So she filed bankruptcy. He was included on it because he was a co-signer on what she was trying to do. Because that's what you do, man. You know, you really love your girl. You're gonna invest in their dreams too. Especially if you got it. You shouldn't be just doing what you want to do. Let her get her dreams too. Hers didn't pan out. All right. So he had to deal with that. All right. So the Pierces, they owed more than $28 million to two creditors tied to car dealerships that he invested in the 2010s. So it made money all the way up until recent. Well, it wasn't making money anymore. Okay. So 28 million in assets that was credited to him saying he owed, and they settled for 7.2 million. I mean, that's a pretty good damn deal. If I owe you $28, and all I got to do is give you $7.20, I think I came up. I really do. I gave you $7.20 and didn't give you the rest of it. I didn't give you the other 21. Oh, sounds good to me. All right. So the court determined the Pierces had 9.26 million in assets in July. Okay, 5.5 million in real estate, and 3.76 million in personal property. Antonio Pierce had paper, bro. Let's go through it again. Okay, because a lot of people, oh, he doesn't have anything. Oh, he's broke. All them. You can't listen to these casual fans. These casual fans are trying to figure out where they're gonna take go take a pee at. All right, because they don't have a bathroom. All right, 9.26 million in assets. All right, which included 5.5 million in real estate and 3.76 million in personal property. Jocelyn Pierce reached a settlement to pay 4.5 million of the 22.4 million owed to Nissan, and 2.7 million of the 5.8 million owed to Hyundai. So it says right here, his wife. It says right here that she had to pay. Okay, but we all know he had to pay. All right. Of the $4.5 million owed to Nissan, two payments of $750,000 were made before March the 1st. Okay, that right there is $1.5 million in checks that was paid to the creditors. Okay, that was paid to the creditors this month. I mean, actually March 1st. $750,000 for you, $750,000 for you. Okay. That's 1.5 million, man. See, now Antonio Pierce had the money to pay his bills. Okay. All right. According to Pierce's bank statements provided to the court, all of this is public record. You go in the bankruptcy court, it's public record. All you got to do is subpoena go in there and request the records, and they'll give them to you. All right. The remaining amount will be paid in annual payments biannual. That means every 2 years. So every 2 years, the Pierces will have to pay $500,000 every 2 years, which works out to $250,000 a year. That's a good ass deal, bro. I don't know who their attorneys, their tax attorneys was, or who their bankruptcy attorneys was, but they definitely did a damn thing. They definitely did their thug thizzle. Now, let's get to the part that I wanted to know. Okay, of the 2.7 million that was owed to Hyundai, $750,000 was paid. So actually, it was more. Okay. To the bank statements, the remaining amount will be paying quarterly payments of $130,000 beginning June 1st. Okay, so 4 times a year they'll have to pay $130,000. So, okay, about $1 million a year. All right. So Pierce's put up their home in Arizona and their 3 rental properties in California as collateral. They got 4 houses. They got 4 houses. They got their house that they residential home, and they got 3 rental properties. So it didn't even come out their pocket. They just took loans out on that. Okay. So Pierce was hired by the Raiders in 2022 as a linebackers coach, took over as interim coach after Josh McDaniels was fired on Halloween 2023. He was hired as full-time coach, blah, blah, blah. And the expense report filed in July noted that Pierce was making $583,000 a month when he was the coach of the Raiders. $583,000 per month for the Raiders. at the time that he filed. Pierce's latest bank statements from November all the way to March was this. Filed with the court various amounts paid to coach from the Raiders. All right, we'll figure this out. He was paid $358,954 in November. He was paid $285,756 in December, Christmas. He was paid $204,385 in January. He was paid $201,463 in February. He was already gone as the coach, remember? He got let go and fired in January. But in February, the Raiders still paid him $201,463 for the month. And his last check in March was $100,912. Antonio Pierce was making some money, dog. Antonio Pierce was making some money. I just told you, bro. Even after he got fired, he still had 3 checks. When he got fired in January, he got $204,000. The next month in February, he got $201,000. The next month in March, he got $100,912, which is basically $101,000. So if you add all that up, bro, that's about $600,000 that he got paid after he got fired. I mean, come on, bro. I don't want to hear nothing, bro. I don't want to hear nothing. Okay, we paid AP. AP got a bag. Mark Davis paid him his whole contract. Obviously, he got paid all his money. So it looked like AP was probably making around 6 or 7 million, somewhere around there. Probably about $6.5 million dollars a year, being the coach of the Raiders. And Mark paid his whole contract out when he didn't have to. Could have fired him with calls like his father did with Lane Kiffin and what he did with Mike Shanahan, but he didn't. So my point is this. Coach Pierce, we know that you watched the show. We know that you and Champ Kelly was watching the show. I heard that you guys were very much, and plus I met you and we talked, let you know about what we were doing over here. Gave you the unfiltered beanie. We know that we are the biggest supporters on this YouTube for you and Champ. And I just want to say to you, man, you fully exonerated, man, for everything, bro. You're fully exonerated. You got put in a bag because Tom Telesco wanted to try to milk our team and try to stay here as long as possible and not get nothing done. You had to go because he had to go. All right. But Mark Davis definitely gave you a shining endorsement, said you never lost the locker room, said after all the things that the fan base was saying about you, nobody in that locker room has never said anything. Antonio Pierce has never had a press conference. He has never done a podcast. He has never spoken on the Raiders. He has never given his side of the story. He has kept his mouth shut and kept it Raider Trump tight, while Tom Telesco has been recently giving it all up, bro. Okay, he might as well be in the Diddy trial, sitting up there giving it up on Diddy too. All right. So what we're doing right now is we are exonerating Coach Pierce as far as possible, bro. I got on the shirt. Make sure y'all go pick this up. You guys did my boy a disservice, man. You did my boy a disservice. You really tried to blame him for what Tom Telesco did. We went over it yesterday. Tom Telesco made it clear to you, told you we could have got Jaden Daniels. He said that would have been easy. If you missed that live yesterday, that's a top 5 live, bro. You need to go watch that shit. I'm not going to regurgitate it. All I'm here to do is bring up what Antonio Pierce had to go through after that. Okay? Got himself in a financial pickle fooling around with Tom Telesco's ass. But he's out of it now. Okay? He's out of it. They got their money. The creditors, Hyundai, is happy with the settlement. Okay? Which means all that other money was probably just interests and all of that type of shit. You say you owe me $25 million, all I gotta do is give you 7. Hey man, it's been discharged in the court. He no longer owes that money. He's on payment plan. It ain't no different than you going down there and buying you a pickup truck. or buying whatever it is you picked up and you're making your payments on it. Ain't nothing different, bro. He got a payment to make, a mortgage payment, a house payment, whatever it is he has to do, he has to pay it. He will pay it. All right. But I'm here to make sure that we get that information out there because nobody else is going to report this. I'm going to make sure, okay, that my coach is exonerated from all the bullshit. All right. Your boy Tom Telesco is definitely not exonerated. He has absolutely been convicted of being an absolute traitor, bro. He is, without question, a Benedict Arnold, and I mean Benedict, okay? Figure it out what I meant, okay? Figure that out, all right? If you can't figure that out, you need to figure it out, all right? I think I said it pretty good without saying it, all right? So that's what it looks like. AP was getting paid. They said he was getting paid about, during the season, about $500,000, $583,000 a month. Not bad, man. Not bad for somebody who everybody claims he was a bad coach. He wasn't bad when Mark Davis gave him that salary, though. Mark Davis knew what he was doing, okay? He paid that man accordingly. Paid him a good salary, man. For somebody who is in that position, that's a very, very middle-of-the-road salary, bro. Look at it like this. Chip Kelly is the highest paid offensive coordinator in the National Football League, even more than Josh McDaniels, who has 6 Super Bowls as the offensive coordinator of the Patriots. He's getting paid $6.5 million or something like that. Looks like that's what AP was getting. AP was getting about $6.5 million. Okay, enough for him to handle his business. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Davis, allegedly, because I don't know for a fact, wouldn't be surprised, man, if he helped them out with some taxes, helped them out with some lawyers and, helped them out a little bit because he knew that he got railroaded, bro. That's why Mark Davis said all the things that he said about it, okay? And I would not be surprised if Mark Davis and them really did some help, all right? Because to owe $25 million, your wife ran up a $25 million bill and you're on the hook for it and all you got to do is pay $7 of that, that sounds pretty good to me, bro, okay? So salute Coach Pierce. That's what we're here for, dog. I've always had your back. When I met you, man, you took a good minute of your time when you didn't have to top it up with me, to talk about the Unfiltered Nation, talk about what we were doing, the channel, took the hood, the beanie and all that shit, okay? And definitely we got all that video of him having the beanie. I got it on the site, so there definitely isn't no ambiguity. Did he get it and am I capping? Everything we do is documented, and that's what it is. So let me read you guys' comments, man, okay? But I definitely wanted to follow up and just let you guys know, make sure you guys go to MatthewShackUnfiltered.com, all one word, okay? And go and check out all the merch, man. Make sure y'all pick up the AP, you know what I'm saying? It's still applicable. Make sure you pick up the Ask Tom Telesco shirt. We sold a couple of those yesterday, okay? Because all of this stuff was up when we had Telesco and Pierce running shit. This ain't nothing that we just did yesterday. This shit's been up. Okay, been up. All right. So let me go ahead and read you guys this shit real quick, and let you guys know what it is and not what it ain't. Okay. Let me see, man. My sunglasses is so dark, man. I can't even read. Can't well, man. Shit. I better keep them on, man. It's very bright out here. All right. There we go. I can see a little bit better now. Let's see what we got going on here, man. Okay. Happy Saturday to all y'all, man. Okay. Kev Chelios. Oh man, I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on? Double R in the house was popping. Herman Lambie. Hey, Herm, where you been, Herm? Herm, dog. Where you been at, big dog? Okay, no Raider guy with salute. What's happening? Get all your AP shirt, get everything. I'm telling you, dog, we're definitely acting a fool this year, dog. Telling you, man, make sure you go pick up the Brock Bowers. We got the Brock Bowers hoodie, Brock Bowers shirt, brand new Mad Max, all that. Okay, I'm telling you now, man, you better get ready, dog. You're gonna see some stuff, man. I got some things popping for you guys. All right, let's see what we got right here. Okay, yeah, man, ask Coupon Tom. You already know what it is. All right, tip your bartender. Okay, what's going on? Justin Sizzle in the house. All right, man, it's very bright out here, man. Bill Holloway, what's going on, man? On full blast at the shop today. Tell everybody at the shop I said salute to everybody, man. Straight up, man. Make sure you taking care of yourself, man. However it is, whatever you got to do to make yourself be on point without going to jail. That's the key. Okay. Do whatever you got to do, but stay sucker free. Okay. That's what it is. All right. Appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, that's some crazy news, man. Man, it's just, you know what you got to understand, man. Sometimes, man, your spouse, man, or who you with, man, sometimes they be biting off a little bit too much more than we all can deal with. And this was her situation, but to his credit, he stood up. He stood up, stood tall, stood in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? The pocket was collapsing. He didn't run out of the pocket. He stood right there and got rid of the football and threw it down the field, man. Got a positive gain out of it, man. Okay? Learn valuable lesson, bro. Gotta understand these investments. Can't just do things you want to do. You gotta know what you're doing. All right? Stay straight up, okay? All right, man. Yeah, man. Make sure y'all check out yesterday's live, man. What's going on? Is that Big B? I think there's Big B in the house, man. Yeah, it's very bright out here. Okay? Yes, sir. Okay, man. Winton Thomas. Is Winton Thomas here? No, Bill Holloway. I can see Bill Holloway. Salute to AP for job well done. It wasn't his fault. No, man. Anybody that you hear that's still running the yap talking about AP's the reason why, this in your head, because you don't want to say nothing to them, dog, because they might cry and some shit. Just understand they casual, bro. They don't understand what they talking about. Tom Telesco told on himself yesterday. Tom Telesco went there and gave it up, bro. It was like he was on the first 48. You watch the first 48 and they get in that damn interrogation room and they give you a couple of Twinkies and your ass start talking. I mean, they just gave him a microphone. He just wanted to spill the beans, bro, and told on himself and all this shit that happened. Now, you had to go check that live out, dog. I listened to it a couple of times a day myself. I was listening back to it just to remind myself of all the things that he did that I didn't even get a chance to say, man. I'm just like, man, I could have said something else here. I could have said something else there. But guess what? I said enough. All right. Straight up. All right. Felix, what's going on? Okay. What's happening? Justin Sizzle. Okay. Antonio Pierce making that money after being fired. I just read it, man. Antonio Pierce lost his job in January. Okay. January. Season was still going on in February. All right. Lost his job in January. But guess what? Guess how much money he got paid in January? $204,385. February, he wasn't working for the Raiders. He got a $201,463 check. Then March, he got paid again, $100,912. Man, he made an extra $600,000 after he got fired. Why you think? Why do you think when you got fired from your job, when you got fired from Burger King, bro, for stealing buns, pause, and not no buns that was on CC. You didn't no not CC's buns. You took a pack of damn sesame seed buns home and got fired. You didn't get no check. You didn't get no check, dog. He got fired and got all his money. Every month he got a check for 3 months. Okay, I just told you, these are official bank statements that are in public record. If you want to get them, all you got to do is go to Arizona, whatever city he's in, go to the county clerk and pay the fee, and you can get a copy of the dismissal of the bankruptcy case. It's public record. It's public record, bro. Okay, says right here. Expense report filed in July of last year noted that Pierce was making $583,000 a month. You think he cared about what the hell y'all was saying? You think he was caring about all the bullshit that you was talking about? No, he didn't care about none of that. All he was caring about was trying to make the Raiders be what it was supposed to be. All right. From November to March, he was paid in November $358,954. That's a month. December, $285,756. January, $204,385. February, $201,463, and March, $100,912. I mean, Mark Davis paid him his money. So how bad was it? Not bad at all. You know who didn't? Tom Telesco. Tom Telesco, you ain't gonna hear about his money. Tom Telesco he got his last check all in a lump sum. Okay. This also helps AP out by spreading his money out because he didn't get taxed evenly on everything. If he would have got all his money at the end, here's your last check. You got your last check before. You've been fired, homie. You know you got fired, man, from your janitorial job, dog. Okay, you know you did. They gave you your last check. Your last check was $75. Okay, straight up. That was your last check. That's what you got for 2 weeks, $75. All right. AP got 3 or 4 checks, so his taxes were spread out. It wasn't a big ass hit. It was like, let's separate your check for the next 3 months, and that's payroll. So the Raiders have to pay payroll taxes on that. Understand that shit. Raiders have to pay payroll taxes. All right. So every time they issue you a payroll check, you have to pay taxes to the state of Nevada. Okay. Or the county. You have to pay. All right. So they took that hit for Antonio Pierce because he was definitely a guy who was being railroaded. He was definitely a guy who got set up. Okay. All right. And I'm here to exonerate you. Coach, you straight with me. I see you, bro, anytime, man. You are a Raider. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You did what you're supposed to do. I've never heard a Raider player say anything negative about you. You didn't come out and slander us like Tom Telesco did. You didn't come out and say nothing faulty. You didn't give your side of the story. You didn't snitch. You come from Compton where you know your word is bond and your word can be your life. That's why it wasn't hard for you to just shut it down, stay out the way, handle your business. You ain't seen him. He ain't trying to be seen. He ain't running around like Tommy T in a Speedo running around all over everywhere talking about what the Raiders did to him. He ain't doing none of that. Standing on business, bruh. I love it. That's how you handle business, big dog. Okay? And that's what it is. All right, Justin Saab said, I got all his money. I appreciate the fact he got his money because he should have got his money. All right? Much respect to AP. Man, salute to you, bro. And you know what? It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, man. Glad that you got your stuff together. Glad everything worked out, big dog. I'm very glad it worked out. All right, straight up. All right, Felix. What's going on, Felix? Okay, he's above average, man, for taxes. I agree. Felix said from what that's what class looked like, man. We love AP. Coach Prime wanted Shadul with AP. Of course. I mean, like I said before, man, once Shadul was out the door, AP was out the door, you didn't see Prime talking about no Raiders no more. You didn't see that no more. You didn't see nobody talking about now. Now, I know that they wanted to play for the Raiders themselves, his sons did, but you didn't see Prime talk about no Raiders no more after that. You didn't see that. But it didn't matter anyway. Okay? It didn't matter anyway. The Browns were going to get Shador. They got Shador at bargain basement price. Okay? All right, saved them $30 million. Got the same player. All right. So, yeah, man. Big Beezy, what's going on, man? Okay, what's going on? Who's this right here? Okay, right there. Brother Shaq, what's good, man? Yeah, I see it. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. All right, man. Is that the mason jar? No. This wifey's, bro. It's wifey's, bro. Okay. You know, mason jars come in handy, dog. They a lot of that motor oil could fit up in here. Love it, and love it. All right, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Sub the channel if you are new around here. Okay. Yes, sir. This hat right here, man. You said this hat is fire. I was actually given this hat by a Raider employee, bro, when I was in Vegas. Man. I don't know if you guys know. Went to Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. If you really been to Vegas, Lolo's Chicken and Waffles, man, was in there, man. Marshawn Lynch came in there with a bunch of people, bunch of kids that he brought from Oakland. And I was talking to one of the Raider employees, man, his brother, man. I was talking to him. I liked his hat. I said, man, I like your hat. I knew he worked for the Raiders because he had on all Raider shit. And he's like, yo, man, you a fan? I told him, yeah, man, fan, blah, 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 from the Bay, from the soil, whoop. Man, came back to my table and gave me this hat. Gave me his card, Raider card, had his name. I still got it. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but he actually worked for the Raiders. He went to his car, man, and got me this hat, man. So this hat was a gift from a Raider employee, man, out to dinner with my wife and my son, man. So just to let you know, okay? Just to let you know how it went down. All right. Okay. Jalen, what's going on, man? It's happening. Okay, what's happening, man? All right, man. What's going on? Brother Trizzle in the house. All right, man. You know why we do it. What's up, X, man? We out here parlaying. All right, man. Love all y'all, man. Just want to come in, man. Give my coach a little love, man. Let you guys know, man. If you missed yesterday's live, bro, you still have time to go back because it is not going anywhere, but you need to go check that shit out. That shit was absolute fire, bro. I was a fire-breathing dragon yesterday. Straight up, okay? But I had to give an AP update because nobody's talking about him, dog. That's what happens, man, when you're loyal to something that ain't loyal to you, bro. It always takes a real one to make sure that person, they flame don't go out. And I'm gonna make sure that that don't happen, dog, because it shouldn't have happened. But guess what? It happened. He's good. He ain't never slandered us, and that's how I go. But these other ones, they couldn't wait to get out the door to say something nasty and negative. All right, because they were never down. They were never Raiders. Match check and filter.